Hello, beautiful. Welcome back to the embodiment of her. And today we are going to be discussing the current conversation of the war on Black women's weight. Now, before I give my opinion on this, I want to remind you that this channel is solely a place for women who want raw, authentic advice and who are looking to level up their life. I'm not here to sugarcoat. I'm not here to lie to you. I'm not here to be a pretentious, fake girl's girl. I'm going to give you real big sister advice because I believe people only grow when you give them authenticity. When you lie to people, when you coddle people, you're not helping them, you're not helping yourself, you're actually doing them a huge disservice. So, when the conversation of the war on Black women's weight came up, I knew that this would be a heated conversation. One, because no woman likes to have their weight discussed in a manner fair. But two, this has always been a strong conversation for Black women in particular, because a lot of us have grown up in communities that believe the heavier you are, the bigger you are, the better. A lot of women have even been told growing up that, hey, you need to put some meat on your bones. I've heard from my friends who are skinnier or just online women who are Black and maybe they just have a slimmer build naturally, being said that they were made fun of from their thicker family members. And with the nature of our community to be to eat, this stems long and far from, history of slavery and things of that nature, where food has oftentimes been something that we use to coddle us, right? A lot of us like to eat and binge because it gives us a sense of security and safety that we've never been allotted. And this is deep generational trauma. But when I bring up the conversation of the war on Black women's weight, I really want Black women to become accountable and hold themselves accountable for the way that their body looks and the way that they are perceived for that. So I like to talk about health a lot on this channel. You all know this. And we all know that Black women are at the highest level for being obese. And we discussed this with the statue of the Black woman that was placed in New York a couple weeks ago, right? Black women are amongst the highest for obesity. The rates are astronomical, which is extremely sad, especially in North America. And we know that obesity directly correlates to a plethora of different diseases, right? So if we know that we have so many diseases in our community, it's probably extremely important for us to discuss the topic of weight because of the strong correlation. The issue is a lot of people do not like to be called out across the board. But specifically, Black women in this conversation don't like to be called out because by you telling them that they need to lose weight when they've been told their entire lives throughout their family, their upbringing, that you need to have meat on your bones, that you look good thick, that BBW, whatever the case may be, you're going against their innate programming. And I want to remind you all that I'm a Black woman, right? So I have seen this with my own eyes. I know the community well and out from different aspects of the Black diaspora, right? So a lot of Black women are thought that I need to be thicker, I need to be bigger, and not understanding that the reason why we've been told this stems so deeply and has been ingrained in us, although it is false. And we see that with all of the statistics that come out, again, correlating with our health, our overall poor overall health, so many cancers, high blood pressure, the list goes on and on and on. It's actually quite frightening. But I also want to bring up the point that a lot of women like to say, oh, well, if you're slimmer, then men don't like that. Men don't like women who don't have anything going on with their body. What can they do with that? That's not what men say they want. And I want to challenge you to say, what type of men are telling you that? I'll wait. Are those men that would be perceived as high value, high accomplishing, or would they be bottom of the barrel men? Most likely the latter, right? Most men that are established, well to do, they care about their overall health for themselves, let alone their partners. So that makes absolutely no sense. But also, too, a lot of women like to say, well, if a woman's smaller, then where's her man if she's single? What does that have to do with anything? You should want to be better for yourself. A woman not having a man doesn't mean anything. It could just mean that she simply does not want to have a man at this point in time. So be it. We see women on My 3000, My 300 Pound Life all the time having men. Does their quality of life look good to you? I'll wait again. Stop trying to find any and everything to go against why you shouldn't be at a healthy weight. It is not normal to be 5'3" and 200 plus pounds. That's horrible. That fat is suffocating your organs and you're putting yourself in a compromising position. Now, outside of the health factor, we also need to talk about aesthetics. I've said it before and I'll say it again. People judge you by the way that you look. This is how human beings are naturally wired. I'm not saying it's right, I'm just simply saying this is what it is. People judge you, and if they see that you're overweight, 9 times out of 10, they naturally, because this is the way that we're wired, perceive you to not be as attractive, believe that you don't have as much confidence. Again, how many times do I have to tell you? Anybody listening to this who has lost a substantial amount of weight can verify. People treat you better when you're at a healthier weight, and that doesn't necessarily need to be skinny, but that needs to be at the healthy weight in correlation to your height. For my girls that are shorter, I get it, right? 5 pounds, you can put on 5 pounds and you look like you gained 20. That's just how it is. It's not fair. And this is coming from someone who also has a big appetite. I can eat any and everything. But I understand that my health and my appearance are two things that I treasure. And so I have to make sure that I do whatever I can possible to make sure that that's protected. And if you're on this channel, I know that you want to live your best, healthy, most opulent life. And so that's something that you need to treasure as well. You have 100% capacity to take care of your weight. You don't even need to go to the gym. Simply stop eating as much. The reason why you weigh more than you should is simply because you eat too much food. That's it. You can work out day and night, night and day, but if you are having a horrible diet, you eat too much food, you eat too many big meals, you're forever going to be big. You don't need to go to the gym, just simply be in a caloric deficit, which is consuming less food, less calories than you burn. The weight that you use, the gym equipment that you use, running on the treadmill, that's like the bonus, right? But your diet is the main factor that you want to focus on. Now, when we're having these conversations, I'm not doing this to make you feel bad if you're not at your ideal weight. It's simply for you to see things from a different perspective because, as I mentioned earlier, you may have grown up in a certain coddled environment that didn't wish to see you thrive in other aspects of your life. So this is why I'm giving you the real, the tea. Whether you're in the Black community, whether you want to mingle in other communities, weight is a big thing and you want to get it under control. Now, I understand that a lot of people have a very difficult time viewing themselves from an objective standpoint. And so I do offer beauty consultations. Click the link in bio and I will help you assess yourself from an objective standpoint and help you reach your dream goals, whether that's your weight, your fitness, your fashion, your career. We are going to get it all together. Now, I'll see you all in the next one and have a great one. Bye.